So this evening we spotted a huge fire from our campsite in La Herradura. So we went down, Sam threw the drone up, me and the kids went and had a look, and it was the other campsite in the middle of the town that was on fire. Luckily, it's a seasonal caravan site. We'd actually tried to get on there, but we couldn't because it was closed until I think in a few weeks. But there were seasonal caravans on there, and unfortunately, they were packed in and they were just exploding one after the other. I think the fire crew had the work cut out because they couldn't actually get down there because there's so many canopies as well over the tops of the caravans to keep them shady. So yeah, it was a real lesson, made us think really about how closely packed in we are in motorhomes and caravans in the European campsites. It's a bit worrying really. I feel sometimes like they put money over safety, and that's a real concern. We will probably be a little bit more wary about where we pitch up, I think, going forward after watching this fire. All those poor people's caravans, belongings, gone up in smoke, and no amount of insurance money often will replace things. It's really sad. But the worst was left to come for us with this campsite. Talk about money grabbers.
What a morning we've had.
Palaver.
What a palaver. Basically, we went to pay and leave camp in Saragordo where we've spent the past 17 nights, and it's been really nice. We've really enjoyed it. Made so many friends, and thank goodness we made loads of friends.
Yeah.
Because when we were leaving, we had two little tents up for the kids' toys. They weren't sleeping in them because she asked us about it, and we said no, they're not sleeping in them, just for the toys. They won't sleep in them because they're scared of the insects. So she was like, you have to leave the tents open so the night guard can check that no one's sleeping in them. So we did, but then I think what's happened is a couple of the nights the kids have just got out and closed them and forgot. So anyway, they tried to basically sting us for an extra like €80.
They didn't tell us.
They didn't tell us, they just told us at the bill, oh no, you have to pay for the tents because you didn't close them every night. And I said, what?
And they had a card.
Yeah.
They checked every night apparently. Made a little tally, and I said, well, where's this tally? And she's shown us.
She's shown us where the guard said the tent was closed. And I said, well, fair enough, if the tent was closed, why did you not come to us and say your tent was closed last night? And we could have, done something about it, taken the tents down. It would have been no big deal, but she didn't come and tell us. And then it was only when we went to pay, then they told us. So she was like, no, I'm not going to take the payment from you.
Round in circles.
Yeah, because we only just wanted to pay what we thought we owed. And she was like, no, the boss isn't here. You have to pay the full amount or don't pay the full amount.
She was rude. She was shrugging her shoulders, she was rude.
Anyway, luckily for us, all our friends came to the rescue and were like, you're out of order. Those kids have never slept in those tents. We have been staying with them, near them. We've seen them. And basically the lady just went, oh, whatever. And she just said, pay. We said, we'll pay what we owe for the pitch. We're happy to pay it, but we're not paying for the tents because we didn't use them as tents. They're beach tents. They were beach shelters. They're not even proper tents. Anyway, that's the thing, is it's sneaky. It's kind of not telling you to the end, and I think that's wrong. I said that to her. I said, you haven't given us chance to...
I told her, you're robbing us.
Yeah.
And she just shrugged her shoulders and went, it's not my problem.
So anyway, we paid what we owed for the pitch.
Got there in the end, we stood our ground.
And let's see if she rings us for the rest of the money, and then we'll deal with that when it happens. But
she said she'll ring the police.
Yeah. So all of our friends around us said we will guarantee that we can tell her tomorrow that the kids never slept in those tents. So hopefully all of our friends there have our backs, and we'll make sure we don't get charged for those blooming beach tents. Yeah. So now we are on our way to. I'm all
out of Dodge.
Yeah.
We're going to get out of Dodge.
I just want to get out of here.
Well, the Rossers pull us and take us back. And
she was like, we have a copy of your passport. So I was like, oh god. Anyway, I feel sick because I'm not eating. We tried to leave early thinking, oh, we'll leave early because the problem is the free spots in Spain, they get taken really early, and they're full of people that stay in them for longer than they should really. So we're kind of hoping that we find somewhere to stay tonight. I'm so worn out from stress and rowing with somebody. I just want to get
hour.
For an hour?
Good hour.
Anyway, let's get to our next stop.
Yeah.
so nice, isn't it? Just driving by the sea.
It is nice to see such an expanse of ocean, the Mediterranean Ocean.
Yeah, Mediterranean Sea.
As
I
far as the
can't
eye
say that word without thinking of that film. We're gonna have a party, or whatever it is.
Wow.
We're going to Ibiza. Ooh.
Should we go to Ibiza?
Back to the island. Ooh. That one.
We're going to Ibiza.
So basically, just done a little bit of research about what is in all these miles and miles of canopies and tents basically over some kind of crop, but we couldn't work out what it was. They just go for miles and miles, and it's basically how we get all of our year-round vegetables like tomatoes and cucumbers. So they go to England, a lot of them, but it's causing a massive problem with the greenhouse effect, if you like, because of all the shining plastic, polythene. It gets very hot. So yeah, that's what they all are. They're how we all get our fruit and veg in the winter months in the UK, and I guess other countries like Germany, I don't know, and anywhere that's not warm enough to get them year round. This is where we get it all from. So yeah, not ideal really, I suppose, but we're so used to having what we want when we want it. Nothing's seasonal anymore. If you know.
I don't think anybody will realise it's a problem until we can't get what we want when we want it.
It's just it's sad really, and then all these people from poorer countries come and basically work in these hot houses for probably peanuts all year round. But 135 miles worth around this area of these things. It honestly looks like refugee camps to me when you're driving past them, doesn't it?
It's just so big.
Just, all right down to literally as to the ocean. It's close to every bit of land they can cover.
Yeah, it is every bit that's not on a slope.
Yeah, they're on it. So that's what it is for.
This is Rocks de la Mer, if I can say it right there. Sounds more French than Spanish, but Rebecca will put where we're at on the vid, somewhere around here. But yeah, it's alright little space last night. So we'll just go down to the beach and try and catch the sunrise. It said 7:18 it was coming up, and it is 7:10. So it'd be nice to see it, but it's a proper clean place here. Immaculate, there's not stuff everywhere, and been for a scoot up and down, and it's amazing. So we might have just caught it. A couple of minutes, it's not popped up above the horizon yet. So I'll just hold it there, and I'll go and sit down on the beach, and I'll catch it. We'll get it. A new day on our floating space rock of ours. We'll see what brings of today.
So I think this has to be my favourite spot so far. Reason being is there's the van and literally the beach is right here. We've even got our own private access. So yeah, loving it at the moment here. So I think we've got over the drama from the campsite. I'm absolutely gutted that it ended like that because it's left me with a bit of a bad taste about that place and I wouldn't be going back. But coming to somewhere like this, it's really made me think, why the hell did we spend like 300 and odd euros, well 370 euros on a campsite, and there's places like this out there. I think it's really going to make us think again about where we park and yeah, think about the money, and yeah, because I can't see myself giving this up anytime soon. Loving it. And campsites, especially ones like that trying to charge you for a little couple of beach tents on the pitch that you're paying for. So we paid 2 adults, 2 kids, a dog and the pitch. That's crazy to then say you can't pitch 2 beach tents to put the kids' toys in and trying to accuse us of letting the kids sleep there and calling us liars. It's just not on. So yeah, definitely wouldn't recommend Cerro Gordo campsite in La Herradura, which is sad because it was lovely and we had a great time there, made some amazing friends, but yeah, we won't be back. But when there's places like this, why would you anyway? So there are a couple of stops here. So there's one there where we are, and then one a bit further around. I don't know if you can just make that out. But there's a cafe over that side. It's a bit busier, but the access to the beach isn't as good as where we are. But yeah, absolutely amazing. There's no way in the UK this would be allowed. So grateful that the Spanish authorities allow this in the winter months at least, because it's just absolutely amazing.
On the road cooking.
Don't be feeding the dog, that's for us.
Hope we don't drop on the bed again though.
Yeah, better not. Yeah, Benji's now relegated to his basket because he's been sick on our bed twice. Pets, who'd have him? Benji, your friend's here for you. There's Benji's mate.
He's looking at you and me at the same time.
I don't think he's playing out. Sorry. Oh, I was wrong. He's out. Yeah. So, I make lunch and the deal is Sam cleans up. So he's just come out to the beach with his drink. So I think, oh, I'll come in the motorhome then. Have a little, make a drink for myself. And this is what I walked into. Yep. Pretty much like at home. Every pot out. And nothing cleared. Looks like I'll be doing it.
It's not like us really to always stay in a place for too long, but this place has just been, it's the nicest place we've ever stayed. I mean, the scenery's amazing, people have been nice. Again, it's a lot of German people, but it's the people we've met, you know, since some of them we've met in Portugal, and it's just awesome. It's such a chilled out way to live. We are looking forward to moving on and seeing some of Isabella's friends, which we'll do today. Probably a good 4-hour drive, but I thought I'd just get up and catch another sunset in this place, and we'd maybe come back here. And but I better get back, get the kettle on, or Rebecca will be like, but no, she won't. She's probably got it on. Hopefully, kids are still kipping. But I'm eager beaver to get back on the road and get up north and see if we can find somewhere to stay in Gandia. So I shall speak to you from up there. See you later.